Hello and welcome back to my another videos. This is one of the last video in this course. I will combine smart money concept and also key level strategies step by step to help you understand all about these strategies after this course. Very simple, just in several minutes. So let's get started. And first of all, about the indicator I use in this video, the first one is a volume strikes. Here is the indicators I used on the trading view by script, and the second indicator is the J liquidities to define the liquidity of smart money concept joined in the market. Every time the markets appear, the liquidity in the market, the color of the candle will change. For example, you can see over here, and in the volume, we have the signal on the below of the candle like this, the white circle. Totally, I will share it in the last of the course to help you easier to apply these strategies after this course. And at this time, here is a Bitcoin USDT on the 4th February in 2022, and here is 1 hour time frame. At this time, I will analyze and trading like I normally do in my real account. And on the 1 hour time frame, you normally don't see anything. On the 1 hour time frame, at this time structure is not obviously. I want to see the big picture to smallest one first. Therefore, at this time I will come into the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, you only need to care about the recent way of the market, because in the recent way also strongest way. And at this time, I will come only on the single chart to analyze about the market structure first. From the left side to the right side, we have a structure at this time is a high, low like this. Here is just a range because you can see that the market don't create the candles like the real pullback at our standards. Therefore, when price break out this recent high of the market with 3 multiple candles like this and continue go up, have no any real pullback. Therefore, at this time, our second wave will become very strongly like this. And on the left side, here also might be the key level in the down movement. You can marking right over here, and you can see that some markets already come into the strong selling zone in the 4 hours time frame. And here also the buying zone. But at this time, you only need to care the recent way of the markets. Every movement we can continue analyze in smaller time frame to entry. And at this time, strongest buying zone also means that the key level in the up movement of the 4 hours time frame. I will marking the color and the information to be easy to understand. At this time, based on the standards to draw the key levels, at this time we draw from the open price to the lowest price of the base. Therefore, here is the total zone we have in the markets. And the second step, you can write in the paper to understand and to see the summary about my analysis and apply in the real trading easier. And at this time, the second step, after the first step is analyze structure in the big time frame to see the big pictures. The second step is analyze about the group of the volume to analyze the momentum of the markets in the 4 hours time frame. And at this time, in the 4 hours time frame, you might only need to care about the momentum in the upway. I mean that in the second pull waves like this. And here is the first up candles, and here is the last up candles. Therefore, at this time, the momentum in the markets will be compared from the first candle and the last candle like this. You can see that the momentum in the 4 hours time frame is an increase. It means that at this time, in the 4 hours time frame, the buying pressure in this zone quite strong. You still continue to buy in the 4 hours time frame. And in the 4 hours time frame, you can see that here is imbalance in the markets, and here we have the volume also joined very strongly. Therefore, in case we wanted to sell, we have a signal to sell at this top. Here might be the best play to take profit. So let's move on in the 1 hour time frame to continue analysis. In the 1 hour time frame, I will double click to analyze only the structure of the market first. On the 1 hour time frame, the first one, we can see the structure of the markets will be like this. until over here. And you can see that here is a range, not of the real pullback. Therefore, we have a structure until the highest one. At this time, here is a structure in the 1 hour time frame. And therefore, the recent low of the markets creates the highest high in the markets, either key levels in the 1 hour time frame, cover from the open price of the last down candles to the lowest low of the base. We have here either key levels in the 1 hour time frame. For me, I normally marking the color for the buy key levels is the green colors. For the sell order is red color. Whenever I open the chart, I see the colors and also see the information on the right side. Very easy to understand about the total picture of the market. And at this time, the second step you need to do is analyze about the momentum in the 1 hour time frame. And at this time, we also need to analyze two cases because the 1 hour time frame is the main time frame to analyze structure of the markets and also entry on the 1 hour time frame. And therefore, we need to analyze very carefully. And at this time, here is the first up candles, and here is the last up candles. You can compare the volume from this candle to this candle. You can see that the volume in the buying orders also increased. At next movement, you also need to analyze is the volume in the pullback way to analyze about the selling pressure in the markets, because in the 4 hour time frame you also can see that the markets might come into the very risky zone in the 4 hours time frame, because here is the strong selling zone in the 4 hours time frame. Therefore, at this time, if you sell into the market, you also can have a story is a confluence with the 4 hours down movement and the 1 hour down movement. In case you can buy, you need to wait until price can come into the 4 hours strongest demand zone and wait price in the 1 hour change direction to buy. At this time, you also can have the confluence with the 1 hours and 4 hours. But at this time, you can see that 4 hours might be in the range. Here is strongest selling zone and here is strongest buying zone. Therefore, in the 1 hour time frame, everything can be occur in the market. We only need to analyze very carefully about the recent structure in the 1 hour time frame and momentum to see what happened and where is direction we can follow. So let's continue analyze in the 1 hour time frame. In the 1 hour time frame, we can see that here is the first down candles and here is the last down candles. The momentum in the 1 hour time frame also show you that very obviously buying orders is stronger than the selling orders. Therefore, this time you can stop loss right below of these key levels. And where is our take profits at this time? Recent high is the most strongest and most safety place, because at this time in the 4 hours, as I explained before, price also come into the risky zone of the market. Therefore, the recent high might be the strongest play and also the safety play to take profits. In case price already is the real breakout of the recent high, not like this, you can take profits very far, but this time here is the best play. Let's continue come into the 1 hour time frame. For me, at this time, to be safety, you can wait until price creates a price pattern or the candle patterns to entry. But for me, trading is freedom job. Therefore, I normally use limit orders, single candle and price patterns and the candle patterns normally used to the quick access in the market combined with the volume. As I explained before, when I entry, I normally analyze the momentum, the structure of the market to limit orders to have the freedom as my dream job. So let's continue several candles to see what happened in the market. And you can see that price come up very strongly with the big marble candles, and the volume in this candle also higher than the MA20 very strongly. Therefore, we can make sure quite strong with these orders. Therefore, we can quite safety with these orders. And at this time, you can see that we already get the 1.51 reward break ratio times. Therefore, this time you can change your stop loss from this level to the open price to be safety. like the risk management for the one trade, because the market is in the very high zone and also the strong selling zone in the 4 hours time frame. Therefore, we need to carefully. And you can see that after several candles, I already have a profit. Is a 2.58 times reward break ratio, and when I trading stop like this, sometimes the markets already come very near to my stop loss, to my trading stop position, but this time the market still continue go up, and several candles also appear the liquidity in the markets. But you already know that liquidity just join into the markets when the markets in the very low, but at this time the markets go quite far, and here is a third key level in the market, and this key level also very near to the second key level. That is the reason why we can accept the risks to entry with the market. Normally, entry with the first or the second key level is the most safety place. For the third key level like this, if the third key level is very far compared with the second key levels, you don't try to entry, because at this time the markets go quite far. But in case like this, the third key level is quite near with the second key levels. Based on the experience when you're trading and also backtesting for the long time, you can entry with some case like this. Just from the 1 to 2 key levels is the most safety. In the third key level, you need to consider very carefully whether you can entry or not. For me, like this, also quite risky. But you can see that on the up movement like this, on the left side, we see the liquidity join very strongly when it creates the key level, the third key level. Therefore, this key level also quite strong to entry, because you can see 3 big Marusa candle, and my liquidity indicator also change the colors. That is the reason why I accept the risks at these levels. And let's move on some of the candle to see what happened after this trade.